Alright, how's it going, everybody? Hope you're doing alright. Sorry about the schedule. It's actually really bad. I haven't uploaded for 2 years, probably. Anyways, today actually going to be very different from what we've been doing with my previous uploads. And I actually thought I'm not going to do the basketball stuff anymore because, with college and stuff, it's been really tough. Just finding time. So I actually came here to visit my dad in Sudan. So, which is why I've decided to make this video about the consequences about Sudan. And this is just episode 1 of many that we're going to explain, and you guys will see that why living in Sudan is actually not as easy, as compared to other countries. It may seem like like I'm attacking them or something like that, but really I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to spread awareness and hopefully Sudanese people understand these things and try to get them better. Alright, as I said about the things that Sudanese people can improve on. Today's episode is actually going to be one of the only things that they can't improve on, which is obviously the weather over here. So Sudan, at first glance, I actually thought, this is a funny thing, I actually thought Sudan was in the southern hemisphere, but in fact it's in the northern hemisphere, and that actually surprised me a lot because since, just by looking at it, someone thought it was at the southern hemisphere, and since it's the northern hemisphere, it must be just over the equator, you know what I mean? So in that case, the country is really high in temperatures, even in the winter. So right now it's December, of course, and in the northern hemisphere, of course, it's supposed to be winter, right? And I'm just gonna pop up a screenshot of this week's weather and the temperatures of this week, obviously, and you guys can check that it's actually very high temperatures, even though it's supposed to be winter. Even in Bangladesh, where I come from, even in winter, I know it doesn't get like negative degrees Celsius, but it still gets to like 0 degrees to like 10 degrees. It's always stays in that temperature range. But in Sudan, the lowest temperature you're ever going to get, which I'm not getting right now, but I heard from my dad. He said the lowest temperature you can get is like 25 degrees Celsius, even in the winter, which is actually really humongous consequence of living here because. Of course, I'm in this room right now. I have the AC, but a lot of people does not have privilege of these things, and which is why living in Sudan is actually really tough. I'm currently living in Khartoum, by the way, which is in North Sudan, the capital of North Sudan, not South Sudan, guys. I live in North Sudan. When I say I live in Khartoum, I don't actually live here. I actually live in Australia, but I just came to visit my dad, as I said. So, alright, anyways, getting back to the topic of, the Sudanese people, sorry, not the Sudanese people, the hot weather. They actually, I heard, when it actually is summer, which is around June, July, around that area, the temperature actually goes up really high, up to like 45 degrees. And being the poor nation that Sudan is, I can't imagine what the laborers, the people who have less facilities, they must be going through, because a lot of them, sometimes they live on the street, sometimes they don't have a proper home, and they just have to walk around all day in the hot weather. It's actually a tradition over here to offer water to people that visit your house, or even if it's like a technician or like a plumber, you should give them water. And as just as a person, I do that anyways because I know how much stress they're going through, how much work they're putting in, and they're hard work needs they need to pay off their work. So yeah, they definitely deserve it. Alright, hopefully you guys like that first episode. Yeah, just explain the temperature stuff today. That's actually not as bad. This topic is actually not the worst consequences living in Sudan. So hopefully you guys are ready for the next episodes we're going to get into. It's actually more severe. Comment down below what you want me to cover, things are. Yeah. See you next time.